Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive. I'm Sarah,
And I'm John.
and we are so glad to have you with us today. Laura, today we're diving deep into something that's really crucial for all of us. It's something that you, our listeners, have brought to our attention, and it has to do with keeping our legs strong and healthy.
Yeah, it's so easy to take our legs for granted, right?
It
We use
is.
them every single day, but we often don't think about their strength and how important that is for just about every aspect of our lives. And you know what really struck me when I was looking at the material you sent over was just how gradual this decline in leg strength can be.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sneaks up on you.
Mm-hmm.
And the sources you found really highlighted how it's not just about intense exercise or being an athlete.
Right.
It's about our everyday choices,
Hmm.
particularly the foods we eat, and how they can play a huge role in either supporting our leg strength or contributing to its decline as we age.
That's so true. And what was really fascinating was that the sources all pointed to these six specific foods, six, as being real game changers for our leg health. And the best part is you probably already have some of them in your kitchen.
Exactly. But it's not just about having them, sitting in your pantry or fridge.
Yeah.
It's about understanding why they're so beneficial for our legs and how to actually incorporate them into our meals on a regular basis.
That's what we're here to break down today.
Absolutely. So let's dive right in and start with our first food superstar,
Ah,
the humble sweet potato. Now, Sarah, I know you love sweet potatoes,
I do. I really do.
but these are more than just a delicious side dish. The sources we looked at describe them as like this incredible fuel specifically designed for our muscles, the kind that provides lasting energy.
Okay, so how does that work? How does a sweet potato give us that kind of energy for our legs?
Well, think of it this way. As we get older, our bodies don't process fuel quite as efficiently as they used to.
Right.
Our metabolism naturally slows down a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and our ability to store and utilize energy decreases.
Yep.
And this is where the sweet potato comes in. They're packed with these complex carbohydrates. And these are totally different from those simple processed carbs that we find in things like white bread or sugary snacks.
So it's not like a sugar rush and then a crash kind of energy.
Exactly. Complex carbs break down gradually, providing this steady stream of glucose to your muscles.
So more like slow burning fuel.
Precisely. And that consistent energy supply is crucial for keeping your leg muscles going strong throughout the day.
So it's not just about energy, is it? I mean, when we use our legs, our muscles actually get these tiny little tears.
Microscopic tears, yeah.
Right, and our bodies have to repair them. But the sources mention that this repair process can actually slow down as we age.
That's right. And that's where the vitamin A in sweet potatoes comes in.
Okay.
It's a powerful antioxidant, and it acts like this repair crew, speeding up the healing of those tiny muscle tears. This means less soreness after you've been active, and a faster recovery so you can get back to doing the things you enjoy.
So stronger legs and quicker recovery. That's great. But I know another thing that can really impact our muscles as we get older is inflammation.
Yes, chronic inflammation is a silent threat to our muscle health. It can actually contribute to the breakdown of muscle tissue,
Oh.
making our legs feel weaker and increasing those aches and pains.
So how do sweet potatoes help with that?
Well, sweet potatoes are loaded with anti-inflammatory compounds, particularly beta-carotene. That's what gives them that beautiful orange color.
Yeah.
And beta-carotene helps fight oxidative stress, which is basically like internal rust that can damage our cells, including muscle and joint cells.
Interesting.
So by including sweet potatoes in our diet, we're essentially giving our leg muscles this extra layer of protection against inflammation.
Now, I know we also have to talk about potassium.
Absolutely.
It's one of those minerals that we always hear about, but I don't think we always understand why it's so important.
It's crucial for leg strength because it's involved in muscle contractions, nerve transmission, and even hydration at a cellular level.
Wow, so it's kind of like the unsung hero of leg health.
You could say that. And sweet potatoes are a fantastic source of potassium. They can really help prevent muscle cramps, weakness, and even improve coordination.
Okay, this next one was a surprise to me. Apparently, our gut health can actually impact how strong our legs are.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fiber in sweet potatoes plays a crucial role in supporting a healthy gut microbiome.
Okay,
And a healthy gut means better nutrient absorption,
makes sense.
including those essential for building and maintaining strong leg muscles.
So it's all connected.
It really is.
But okay, let's be honest. Sweet potatoes can get a little repetitive.
I know what you mean.
What are some fun ways to incorporate them into our meals?
Well, you can roast them, mash them, bake them. You can even add them to smoothies, soups, or stews for a little sweetness and creaminess.
Oh, that's a good idea.
They're incredibly versatile.
Okay, let's move on to our next food, oats. Now, I have to admit, when I think of oats, I think of a very basic breakfast. But the sources we looked at suggest that they have some really impressive benefits when it comes to keeping our legs strong and energized.
They do. And it often comes back to that feeling of our legs getting tired more easily as we age.
Right.
That gradual loss of muscle strength.
It's so frustrating.
It is. And oats can help combat that by
Mm.
providing this sustained, long-lasting energy.
Okay.
They have a low glycemic index, which means they release energy slowly and steadily. So you avoid those energy spikes and crashes
Yeah.
that can leave you feeling drained and weak.
So it's kind of like the tortoise and the hare.
Exactly. Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to leg strength.
I love that analogy.
But it's not just about sustained energy. Oats also contain protein, which we know is essential for maintaining and repairing those muscle fibers.
Okay.
So even though they might not be as protein-rich as some other foods, the protein they do provide is still really valuable for keeping your leg muscles strong.
Now, this was something I hadn't really considered before. Good circulation.
Oh yeah, that's so important.
We need oxygen-rich blood flowing to our legs, and the sources mentioned that the iron in oats can actually play a role in this.
Absolutely. Iron is crucial for healthy red blood cells, which are responsible for carrying oxygen throughout the body.
Mm.
And if you're low in iron, your leg muscles might not be getting the oxygen they need, which can lead to fatigue and weakness.
Wow. So even a slight iron deficiency can impact our leg strength.
It can. And oats are a good source of iron.
So they're supporting healthy circulation and preventing that heavy, tired feeling in our legs.
Exactly. And then there's magnesium, which is another mineral found in oats.
Right.
That's really important for muscle function.
Okay.
Magnesium helps to prevent those painful leg cramps and spasms,
Yeah.
particularly after you've been active.
That's a relief. So oats are like a multitasker when it comes to leg health.
They really are.
But how do we make them more exciting?
You can get creative. You can add them to smoothies. You can sprinkle them on yogurt. You can make granola bars. There are so many ways to enjoy oats beyond just a bowl of porridge.
That's good to know. Okay, on to our third food, avocados. Now, avocados have definitely become a bit of a trendy superfood.
Yeah,
But the sources we looked at suggest that they have some very specific benefits for keeping our legs feeling strong, flexible, and even pain-free.
and they've earned that superfood status for good reason. While we often focus on protein for muscle health, the healthy fats in avocados are really important too.
Okay, so we're talking about the good fats, the monounsaturated fats.
Exactly. These fats have incredible anti-inflammatory properties. They help keep your muscles relaxed and your joints supple, which can reduce stiffness and pain in your legs.
So avocados are basically like nature's little helpers for keeping our legs moving smoothly.
That's a great way to put it. And like sweet potatoes, avocados are also an excellent source of potassium.
Oh, wow.
In fact, they contain even more potassium than bananas.
More than bananas. I did not know that.
That's true. And remember, potassium is essential for those muscle contractions that we need for every leg movement. So avocados can help prevent those frustrating cramps and that feeling of weakness.
And this was a really interesting point. Muscle protection.
Yes.
Our muscles become more vulnerable to damage as we age from things like oxidative stress and even just everyday wear and tear.
That's right. And avocados come to the rescue again.
How so?
They're rich in vitamin E, which is a powerful antioxidant.
Okay.
Vitamin E helps protect your muscle cells from that damage. Damage aids in recovery and can help prevent long-term muscle loss in your legs.
So it's like an extra shield for our muscles.
Exactly. And we can't forget about circulation.
Right. We've talked about that with the other foods.
The healthy fats in avocados also help keep our blood vessels healthy and promote good blood flow to our legs.
So our legs are getting all the oxygen and nutrients they need.
Precisely.
Okay, so besides guacamole, what are some other tasty ways to get more avocados into our diet?
Oh, there are so many. You can slice them on toast, add them to salads, blend them into smoothies. You could even use mashed avocado as a healthy spread.
I love it. Okay, moving on to our fourth food group, berries. Now, berries are delicious, but the sources we looked at actually highlight them as being pretty powerful when it comes to fighting off the things that can weaken our legs over time.
They are. They're packed with antioxidants. Think of those brightly colored blueberries,
Yeah.
strawberries, raspberries.
Yeah.
They're all brimming with compounds that act like our body's defense system against oxidative stress.
So these antioxidants help neutralize those damaging free radicals that our bodies naturally produce.
Exactly. And while our bodies have their own ways of dealing with free radicals, those systems can become less efficient as we age.
Right.
So the antioxidants in berries provide this extra support, helping to protect our muscle cells from damage and promote faster recovery.
And the sources also mentioned chronic inflammation as a major threat to our leg strength.
Yeah, inflammation can silently erode our mobility and even contribute to joint problems like arthritis.
Wow.
But berries have some pretty impressive anti-inflammatory properties. They can help reduce inflammation throughout the body, which can translate to less joint pain, more flexibility in our legs, and just better overall movement.
I also learned that the vitamin C in berries isn't just good for our immune system. It's actually really important for the health of our muscles and joints, too.
Absolutely. Vitamin C plays a crucial role in the production of collagen, which is like the building block of our muscles, tendons, ligaments, and cartilage.
So it's what gives our legs that strength and flexibility.
Exactly. And collagen production naturally declines as we age.
Okay.
So by eating foods rich in vitamin C like berries, we're supporting our body's ability to maintain healthy collagen levels.
So how do we make berries a regular part of our diet?
There are so many easy ways. You can add them to yogurt, oatmeal smoothies. You can have them as a snack.
Just a handful of berries.
Exactly. The key is to make them a consistent part of your routine.
Okay. Our fifth food is salmon. And the sources describe it as being able to help us maintain strong legs, support muscle growth, and even reduce pain.
Salmon is a true nutritional powerhouse for leg health. It's an excellent source of protein, which, as we've discussed, is essential for building and repairing muscle tissue.
Right.
But it's also packed with those incredible omega-3 fatty acids.
So it's not just about the protein content?
Not at all. Omega-3s have powerful anti-inflammatory effects, which can help to reduce pain and stiffness in our muscles and joints.
And they also play a role in maintaining muscle flexibility.
They do,
Uh,
and they promote healthy blood flow, ensuring that our leg muscles are getting all the oxygen and nutrients they need.
okay.
So they're really tackling leg health from multiple angles.
The sources also mention that omega-3s can have a positive impact on nerve function, which is so important for quick coordinated leg movements.
That's right. As we age, the communication between our nerves and muscles can slow down a bit,
Right.
and omega-3s can help to maintain the health and efficiency of those pathways so our legs can move and react quickly.
And on top of all that, salmon is a good source of B vitamins too.
It is, particularly vitamin B12, which is crucial for energy production. Okay. And remember, our muscles need a constant supply of energy to function properly.
It's like fuel for our muscles.
Exactly. And a deficiency in vitamin B12 can actually lead to muscle weakness and fatigue.
So salmon is really covering all the bases when it comes to energy production and muscle function.
It is. And we can't forget about its benefits for heart health, which indirectly supports leg strength by promoting healthy circulation.
So it's good for our legs and our heart.
A win-win.
But how do we make sure we're getting enough salmon in our diet?
Aim for a couple of servings per week. You can grill it, bake it, add it to salads.
I love a good salmon salad.
And even canned salmon is a convenient and affordable option.
Okay, we are down to our final food, eggs. And the sources really emphasize eggs as a go-to food for athletes, bodybuilders, and even doctors when it comes to building muscle strength, supporting recovery, and boosting energy.
Eggs are truly a nutritional powerhouse. They're often called a complete protein because they contain all 9 essential amino acids that our bodies need to build and repair muscle tissue.
Okay.
And this is especially important as we get older because our natural muscle regeneration processes slow down.
So eating eggs regularly is like giving our muscles the building blocks they need to stay strong.
Exactly. They're providing those essential amino acids that our bodies can't produce on their own.
And eggs are a great source of vitamin D, too.
They are. And vitamin D isn't just for strong bones. It's also crucial for muscle strength and function.
Okay.
In fact, low vitamin D levels have been linked to muscle weakness, poor coordination, and an increased risk of falls. So making sure we're getting enough vitamin D is really important for maintaining leg strength as we age.
This was a new one for me. Choline.
Oh, yes, choline.
It's found in eggs, and it's apparently really important for the communication between our nerves and muscles.
That's right. Choline is a precursor to acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter that's essential for nerve muscle signaling.
Okay.
Basically, it helps ensure that our brain can communicate effectively with our leg muscles so we can move smoothly and with coordination.
So it's like a communication booster for our legs.
Exactly. And on
Right.
top of all that, eggs are a good source of antioxidants. B vitamins, healthy fats.
They really are a nutritional powerhouse.
They are.
But how many eggs should we be eating?
Aim for 1 or 2 eggs a day. You can have them for breakfast, add them to salads, make an omelet.
So many options.
They're incredibly versatile and can easily be incorporated into your daily routine.
So to recap, we've explored 6 amazing foods that can help keep our legs strong as we age. Sweet potatoes, oats, avocados, berries, salmon, and eggs.
And what's really empowering is that we have the power to make these choices every day,
Mm-hmm.
to nourish our bodies and support our leg health so we can maintain our mobility, our independence, and continue doing the things we love for years to come.
It really makes you think about the long-term impact of these small dietary changes.
It does.
Thank you so much for joining us today for this deep dive. We hope you found it informative and inspiring, and we'll see you next time.
See you then.